Okay, out. Me and my husband went for a walk out at Wilderness Park. So this is a nice fall day on November 1st. You can see there's a lot of dead trees out here. I was hoping to see some red colors, get the fall colors, but it's mostly a lot of leaves has already fallen, as you can see on the ground. It's November 1st. Feels like about 38 degrees. Haven't been out here for a long time, since my son was in Cub Scouts. That's kind of a nice old bridge that goes across the creek that they built. You can see it's a dry creek right now. But when we were at this walk, saw this bridge over here. I think that's kind of a cool bridge. I think I found a new place to take some family pictures. Always go over to Pioneers Park to take family pictures. But this, too bad there's some graffiti on some of the side there. This is kind of cool. There's a saying, vote with earth in mind. A little while ago, we saw a person riding their bike out here. I bet it would be kind of cool to ride your mountain bike on the trail. Looks like that might have been a flagpole. You know, when my son was in Cub Scouts, they had a bunch of camping out here. And I'm wondering if this was the exact place. I mean, it's a lot of weeds that have grown up, but they do camp in the spring. So I wonder if that grass grew up over the summer. Back on the trail here. I see a bunch of these berries on these bushes. I asked my husband, I wonder if they're edible. I bet they're not, because otherwise all the critters out here, squirrels, and I'm sure there's a ton of deer out here too, would have ate those. So my guess is they are not edible. A lot of dead trees out here. I remember where I work, they would do a give back to the community day several years ago, 10, 15 years ago. One of the days was to come out here and clean up Wilderness Park, where they cut up a lot of wood and hauled it away. I think the city needs, or county needs, to do that again, because there's a lot of dead trees out here. See, they cut that tree down. They cut stumps. I'm surprised they didn't haul that away. And they just left that. And you could tell that these trees over here were cut down too, and they just left it. Maybe later they'll bring out the trucks and like make tree chips or something out of those. I don't know. Anyway, it's a nice day. Nice day for a walk. Oh, that tree was bitten down. I think an animal used that to rub up against, or had some good foliage on it that it wanted to eat. My husband went back, or took a different route to go back to the car because he wanted to see something different, but I chose to go back the way we came. And as I said, our son and Cub Scouts camped here, and I have a feeling this is where they camped. This probably was cut down, but you could see they cut down a bunch of grass over there, and I think even in the back. So I believe this is where they camped. There's a electrical plug-in over there, so I'm pretty sure. Oh, my husband's coming walk. He must have finished his walk and he came back the other way. He's coming up that road. All right, thanks for watching. I think that's a pretty tree. I bet in the spring that is very pretty. All right, have a good Saturday, y'all.